What if I told you I had a magic word that would make all your YouTube videos better? Well, I do. I'm going to share it with you right now. My name's Dave Whipple. I run a channel called Bush Radical, has about 1.1 million subscribers. And on this channel, I teach ordinary YouTubers, blue-collar folks that do hands-on videos, how to do better with their channel, get more views, get more subs, and ultimately just make better videos. So today I'm going to tell you guys the magic word, the word that is going to change everything about your YouTube videos. Make them better, punchier, clearer, more to the point, easier to understand. What's the magic word? The magic word is why. Why? Years and years ago, I believe it was Toyota, they came up with a system where they could figure out what the root cause of the problems in their factories were. And it was called the 5 Whys. Now, this is pretty famous in the world of business. The 5 Whys are 5 questions that all start with why. It's a very simple way to get to the heart of the matter, to get right down to the real nitty-gritty. Now, the 5 Whys work like this. Imagine you're at a Toyota factory and one of the electric welders goes down. It quits working. The management comes out and they say, why did the welder quit working? If the answer is, well, because the guy who repairs those welders is not here, the next question is, why isn't he here? If the answer is, well, we're short-staffed, we don't have enough repairmen to keep all the welders running, we need more and we don't have them, then the question would be, why don't we have them? The answer might be, because human resources doesn't have the budget to hire more. The next question might be, why doesn't human resources have the funds to hire more welding repair technicians? And you can see how this process goes. It goes from one thing to the next to the next. Maybe the answer of why they don't have the funds is because the company has diverted some of its funding to this other project. And then at that point, maybe the question is, what's more important? And they shelve this other project. They take the money from that project, they put it into human resources, who hires more welding techs so that there's welding techs out on the assembly line, and if a welder goes down, there's a technician to fix it. They've got from this thing happened that was bad, through a series of asking the question why, they've come up with the heart and soul, the root cause of why the problem started in the first place. And they've figured out how to fix the root of it by asking why, and then asking why again, and then asking why again. Every video we put out on YouTube as content creators has to be useful to the other person, the person on the other end that's sitting at home, sitting in their office, wasting time. They should be doing something else, watching YouTube. They want something. They want something out of the video that they choose to click on. That thing that they thought they were going to get when they clicked on the video. That's useful to them, whatever it is. So I want you to keep that word in mind. We're just going to run through a quick checklist. If you got a piece of paper and a pencil, write this down. So let's say you're shooting a video. Your video is going to be how to clean and repair a carburetor on a motorcycle. You got a motorcycle that doesn't run. You're going to tear apart the carburetor. And you figure, I might as well make a YouTube video about this because it's what I'm doing. It's in my wheelhouse. I can show other people. So the questions are, why is that useful? The answer is, well, carburetors have a tendency to get finicky and not function right. So in your first 15 seconds, you can start your video by saying, carburetors have a tendency not to work right. Why don't they work right? Well, ethanol gas can destroy gaskets, and motorcycles spend a lot of the time sitting in the garage. So in your first 15 seconds, you can start by saying, motorcycle carburetors can be finicky. Ethanol gas can degrade the gaskets. These machines set for most of the year. Why do they sit around too much? Because we don't get as much time to use the fun stuff in our lives as we hope. Outboards and motorcycles and ATVs. ATVs, huh? Interesting. ATV carburetors are pretty much the same as motorcycle carburetors. Maybe we can take this video we're about to film about motorcycle carburetors and put ATVs in it. Maybe that will broaden the scope. Why don't we have enough time to ride our ATVs and motorcycles? Why don't we have as much time as we want? Well, because the world is busy and prices are high. Everything costs more than it used to, so people have to spend more time at the office or at the shop than they do riding their motorcycle or ATV. By answering those 4 questions, we've got an amazing hook for the beginning of the video. And we've also added something. We've added ATVs because they're going to be pretty similar to motorcycles. They've got the same problems. In the second part of our intro, we can dive right into the solution. Today, I'm going to show you how to take apart, clean, and repair a motorcycle or ATV carburetor. Let's get into it. The problem is carbs don't work. The reason is because of bad gas and sitting around too much. The reason they sit around too much is we're too busy. All of those things, focus that video. Flesh it out, give everybody this common ground to stand on. At that point, you can add in the good news. The good news is carburetors are quite simple. Have a clean work area, take your time. I'm going to show you how to clean and repair your own motorcycle or ATV carburetor. That first 15, 20 seconds of the video, that is critically important. That's going to dive people right not only into the subject, but also into the heart and soul of the subject. The real reason behind the reason why we'd want to tear apart a carburetor in the first place. Because nobody does. Nobody wants to fix the carburetor on their motorcycle or four-wheeler. What they want to do is they want to ride their motorcycle or four-wheeler. And they only have so much time to do it because everybody's busy. Maybe they don't have the money to take it to a shop. They're going to have to do it themselves. They're going to watch a video on how to repair this carburetor. And as soon as you stack up that hook in the beginning of the video, people are going to be like, oh, this is for me. I don't have any time. I don't have the money to take it to a shop. And that could be one more of your why questions. Why don't you take it to a shop? Because shops are expensive. You could add that into your first 20 seconds. Motorcycle and ATV carburetors can be a nightmare. Shops are hard to get into. Some of them don't work on older motorcycles, and it could be $100 an hour. None of us have as much time and money as we want, so we want our machines to run when we're ready to use them. But with bad gas and 6 months out of the year being in storage, it's very easy to have a problem with your motorcycle or ATV carburetor. But the good news is, you get the idea. Those why questions, they also give you other ideas. They expand, like, oh, yeah, that's right. It is expensive. I wouldn't have mentioned that, but that's a real selling point. Oh yeah, none of us have as much time. Everybody gets that. And we dug all that stuff up with 5 why questions. I got to the 5th one eventually. I didn't really have 5 to start with, but the 5th one is, why wouldn't you take it to a shop? Well, because shops are stupid expensive. If you've got a video concept, just run through the whys. Why? Then why? Then why? Then why? It's also going to give you real, genuine insight into what to say during the video, what shots you need to get, basically giving you a roadmap. Okay, now that I've asked these questions, I pretty much know what to do. And knowing what to do before you record, oh, that's magic, man. That's the secret sauce. If you know what your video is about, you know why people would want to watch it, you know what their problems are that you're going to solve, all you got to do at that point is work. Get the camera out, get the thing out, do the thing, get all the shots, film it, do the best edit you possibly can, and it's really just all work at that point. Those 5 why questions have taken all the guesswork out of the project. They've expanded it. They've dialed in the heart and soul of why somebody would want to watch that video, what they're going to get out of it. You've set up a problem. You've offered a solution. There's good news. Magic. It's just a magic word. Why? It's the easiest, quickest way to dig all the gold out of that section of dirt, whatever the dirt is, whatever the thing is that you're doing, whatever the activity or project or whatever. Dig all that gold out. You do that with 5 whys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this really helps you out in the future. My name's Dave Whipple. I'll see you on the next one.